Hey folks, thanks for joining me on this fourth video in a 5-part series on carbon filter maintenance. We're going over reassembly today and doing a few modifications to get there. Alright, here we go. We're watching sliders today. Alright, this bad boy we're going to open up. We already lined it. We already primed it. Now we're just going to get the charcoal in there. So I'm going to stick this bad boy in there. Got charcoal, which is already put through the oven. Keep that even. So I'm just trying to keep it even, which is why I'm doing 3 handfuls at a time, just for the base, and then I'll pour the rest in. Now, if I really wanted to do this accurately and precisely, what I would have done was weighed this. I now realize that. And I would have divided it equally in half for each one. I'm just eyeballing it for now. Alright, so far so good. It's staying in there, and we'll just put the rest in. Back to this Magna Carta. This episode is called The Prince of Wales, but Wales is spelled W-A-I-L-S, and the premise is that the U.S. never won the Revolutionary War, and we are a slave kingdom. And one of the characters is playing a sheriff, similar to the Sheriff of Nottingham, and they're kind of telling the people, the Oakland Raiders, that they should be stealing from the rich and giving to the poor like Robin Hood. So it's a very loose usage of the Robin Hood King Richard battle and the Sheriff of Nottingham and all that jazz. Nice and easy. We don't want this to spill out. There we go. Turn it around, drop a little more in. very glad that I put gloves on because the top of this metal this right here is extremely sharp. So definitely wear gloves. This would have destroyed, I was going to wear latex gloves, they would be destroyed by now. Just from leaning on this. Alright. Will you be my queen? Come on. That's all I can really get in there for now. You can see it's kind of overpacked to the brim. Alright, what I'm going to do. Glad I put down paper first. Taking your time, doing it right, Deacon. Was smart. Normally I don't. But doing these videos has made me stop and slow down and take a breath. It's kind of like they say, like, I don't know if any of you have taken martial arts, but you don't really know what you're doing until you teach. And you don't really like turn a huge major corner until you start teaching. So like you could be a white belt, yellow belt, blue belt, brown belt, doesn't matter. When the sensei like brings you to the front of the class and has you start teaching, you go back over the fundamentals and you slow down and you think before you do things, and it changes your own practice. It makes you better. It's kind of like me being a Freemason and going through stuff as an apprentice. I already can see that the fellow crafts who are helping me are really good right now because they are teaching me. And they're going over all their basics and relearning the stuff that they learned on my level so that they can teach me. And it's making them better as well. That's why each one teach one. Anyway, that's my tangent. I think that doing this is helpful to myself and other people. Alright. There we go. It's down in there. I think we could fit some more. You can see it's below the lines, and that this, even with the cushioning, will sit above like that. So as long as this can still go on, we can fit more in there. Now this filter that we put inside, let's not forget, it was originally supposed to go on the outside, but it's so thin that I'm using it to replace the inside filter. It is, however, twice as thick as the inside filter. I know, that's confusing, but it's, we'll see how it works. It's working. See if this works. That's what this is all about, experiments and fooling around with stuff. that's it. I mean, I could put a little more and wedge it in there, but really, that black carbon on the outside isn't going any higher than that top layer. So now, just lining up the holes. Getting the top piece on, and all of the metal inside of it. Come on. You were lined up so well before. Okay, let's try. Could just be if we had the wrong hole lined up. Yep. Ah, glove. Just a minute. And they're all three lined up. We're there now. That's okay though. It just means that the original hole isn't lined up with the original hole. So we rotate until we find it. Let's see. Are those lined up? No. Lined up? Nope. I hope I didn't put the wrong top back on the wrong one. Oh, wait. I think that's it. We're lined up. There we go. There we go. Okay. So that goes back on like that. So the only thing left to do is put the screws into that hole. And I was thinking, should we go all the way through with metal tapped holes until that screw comes out the outside and put a butterfly clip on it so it stays on and we can remove it and take it off whenever we want? Okay, so I have these stovetop bolts already with nuts that go in the back. I have a whole bunch of them. What I'd love to do is make it so that this is long enough to drill through the whole side and then put a nut on there. In order to do that, I either need to go in with a metal drill bit or with these self-tapping screws, which I'm going to try first, because the self-tapping screws almost perfectly fit the nuts. The threads aren't really the same, as you can see. Where is... Come on, focus. Sorry, my camera's focusing on the background, but you can still see that those threads are different. Anyway, I'm going to try to get those through and see what happens. Spot to try to come out with a drill bit. No, we're stripping that screw. Wish there was a way to get it through on that angle, but I'm not having much success. too bad actually. Let's see. We can just do like that. Ah, that's the problem. See, it's coming through below and I want it to go through there. Nope. I'm just stripping screw. You can see it went through the foam and wrapped a little bit around there. So unless we can figure out a way, I'm gonna have to take the top off and drill directly through. You can see the little tiny pinpoint where it's coming through, but not great. And there you have it. I was able to get 3 self-tapping screws through there. 2 of them lined up perfectly through the holes. One of them that lined up and came through the hole, but I had to drill in the hole through the mesh. It was like a little divider there. Anyway, I'm just gonna put the bolts on, and this one is done and ready to go. And then we'll do the next one, and we are completely swapped out and done. Because the screws are tapered and not flat, they don't go all the way in flush. So I barely have anything for those nuts to grab onto. That being said, without them being flush, there really is no point using anything because it's like barely catching teeth. But the goal is to expand that hole and get that screw flat so that the nut can really grab on you. And we know that the top will come off the second we screw these nuts. Well folks, that's success. I've flipped the screws in the opposite direction, put them through larger holes which are now flush, put bolts, got nuts on the outside of these self-tapping screws, treating them as if they were nuts and bolts. It's a loose fit. It's just off a little bit on the thread, but it's enough to seal these on here, so I don't have to worry about the top coming off. Because, again, we drilled out the original rivets, and these bolts support the entire thing right here, and you don't want this to all fall off. So they're anchored in there really well. And we have officially recycled all carbon. You can see we've got your metal. But outside of that, there isn't a ton of play. I'm just going to keep doing this and shifting our carbon in there. The new filters are thicker, so we have enough carbon left over to completely fill a third one. So I guess that means that if we can fill another one, a third, that each of these lost a significant amount of space for the big filters. But I would say that means we lost a third of volume. A third of volume. Combined, that's 2/3. We could fill another 2/3. That's it. So the filters that we washed go on the outside. Slide through the bottom since there's a screw hanging out. Still watching sliders. And bam. We have saved ourselves a couple $100 doing that ourselves. Alright, this took a little longer than I wanted to, but wiped all of these down, putting it back on, and making sure that our sponge gasket side is facing the metal side. We're just lining up our holes and sliding it on. And keep in mind that many times messing with these bolts, so they may not line up perfectly because they are a little bent, which I have no idea, but this has to go back on. Preferably without damage. Perfect square. Doesn't look like it, but it's great. We got the second one back on. What's left of here goes through the metal in the cabinet, and then this goes on the outside of the cabinet with some rings, and that's all that goes on. What I would like to do is I would really like to extend these bolts and make them longer. So I know I could do it now. I'm kind of tired of this project and I'm going to put it up. But the next time I take these down, I would like to cut these screws off, put these bolts off and move them. And then since the hole is already there, I'll just pop a longer bolt through there that's maybe like 4 inches long. I doubt they make a 5 or a 6, but just having that longer to get these up and on the cabinet would be so much easier. Just to test it out, plug it in before we cut it. One down. Oops. Success. That is 2 filters from Homestead. I love these wipes. I love the square containers. That's where we're keeping the rest of our and that project's complete.
Alright folks, thanks for sticking with me. I know this one was very long, but like and subscribe so that you can receive alerts for the rest of the videos in this series and other videos that I put out. And as always, keep growing.